Hello, hello. All right. Thank you guys for being here. My name is Brian. I work for EigenFi. So today I'm going to talk about like 10 myths that most people don't know about MEV. MEV also is known as the most intense PvP game in the world. Okay, we are going to cover cases including like the most profitable arbitrage, the best MEV bot, also limit order arbitrage, Jari 2.0, and also gonna use a case to oppose Emilio's idea that flash loan is still good. Actually, I can show you that flash loan is still pretty bad. Okay, the first case is that most people think that unfilled limit orders actually are immune to MEV. It just simply can represent a future intention, but actually that's not true. So a user set two limit orders on the two legs for the same token pair, Muden and WTH. So both orders were in the same liquidity pool, which is the user's EOA. And due to the price difference, this actually created arbitrage opportunities for searchers. Okay, here's how the bot do it. The bot essentially the bot walk away with 0.1362s. So first, it borrowed 17 million Muden from user's sell order. The next, it borrowed like 0.56 WTH from the buy order. So the third step is actually repay the Muden into the buy order and fill part of it with a higher price. And then he repay only like 0.43 WTH to the sell order, essentially leave 0.13 WES surplus. So basically, your own limit orders actually fund the attack. The same bot actually repeats this kind of play in the same block 30 times. So which tells us that a stay order could be farmed until you cancel it. And also a case like this has been happening a lot in 2024. We observe several bots doing the same kind of stuff, like doing this kind of limited arbitrage on several limit orders. So the takeaway is that don't let your stale limit orders linger in public view, because bots are always like monitoring mistakes 24/7. So your passive trades aren't as passive as you think it is. Okay, so our next case is about like people might think that only active trades get sandwiched. Actually, that is not the case. And you will see that an LP lose all their WBTC in one 3-step stack. So this whale actually tried to add about like 10 WBTC that equals to 851K to a Uniswap V2 pool. And they weren't trading, they were just adding liquidities, right? But eventually, under Uni V2, you must set a parameter called amount AMIN, which is the minimum tokens you will accept. So in this case, the whale left it at 0. That blank check actually let any bot can distort the price right before the deposit. So step 1, the bot front run. He swaps a huge amount of just before the LP's transaction and make WBTC looks pretty cheap. This distorts the price. So in the next step, the LP's adding liquidity transaction actually landed with the price is still distorted. So because only a bit of WABTC is accepted, the whale effectively like gives 10 WBTC to the pool at a very bad rate. So in the background, the bot do the reverse trade and essentially get all the WBTC from the victim just added to the pool and lock the spread. So all the profit to the bot is like okay, so this is the actually the full token flow chart 3 transaction list together. So this wasn't a bug. It was like a fully compliant on-chain logic. So modern sandwich bots, they can hurt anybody with any unprotected value moves. So 3 takeaways is always set among AMIN and use private RPC, and always treat LPing like a swap with slippage. So don't skip protection. Okay, our next case, so some people might think that we have these private man pools and all those kind of stuff might help people being protected by sandwich. Actually, that's not the case either, because March 12th, so we have this dashboard. We find something very unusual. So 6 out of the top 10 MEV transactions actually done by the same bot using same method, attacking on the same token pair. So causing the total loss of 714K. So the victim actually set slippage as 0 on 6 USDC to USDC swaps, USDT swaps. The searcher 6B40 flash borrowed from an RE and front run to till the pool and let the 0 slippage swaps execute at very absurd rates, and then back run to restore price. So in one transaction, the trader sent 220K USDC and only received like about 5K USDT back. So all the 6 sandwiches actually mined by the same builder, Bob the builder. So each block held like fewer than 30 transactions. That was like, usually one block contains more than 150 transactions. So like regular users basically kind of like physically pushed out so the bot could run its own playbook. So you always need to set a right slippage and use a trust private relay. And the bigger thing is like searcher builder integration hasn't killed sandwiches. It's actually industrialized them. So with one bad settings, you'll be farmed like block by block. Okay, the fourth case is like some people might think that small trades won't get sandwiched. They might think that sandwich only attack big trades, but that's not the case as well. Because in this case, like this is actually done by the Jerry 2.0. So how many of you have heard of Jerry 2.0? Jerry from Subway. Okay, yeah, a few. All right. Look at this. Like this is a split front run sandwich. So there are 2 victims. First one swap like 0.1 ETH. A second one actually 0.08 ETH. So they all being preyed by Jerry 2.0. So here how it happens. So the step 1, Jerry like pushed the WTH and IDE price up with a tiny front run. And step 2, he reused text run as the front run for a second sandwich, saving gases. Also, there's a second like micro front run, which the transaction 4 is as the front run of the second sandwich. Lift price again, setting up a victim number 2. So the effect is that it reduces gas overhead and capital lockup, and he can take max value out of the sandwich victims. Okay, from the position 1 to position 6 of this block, so Jerry used 3 transactions to form 3 sandwiches of 2 types. So we just talked about the split front run one, which can be counted as 2 sandwiches. Now the other type is a swap plus GIT sandwich. Instead of like normal front run swap, Jerry drops in just-in-time liquidity in transaction 1, and he adds this ETH growth liquidity and let victim swap against it, then pull liquidity out. So there's no swap fees, minimal slippage, and suddenly even every tiny trade can be turned profitable. So during the peak time, Jerry 2.0 actually executed like 87% of all sandwiches on Ethereum. So it's not like every trade is very huge because like the median profit is like about 20 cents. But adding so many sandwiches together, you get a lot of money. So now the key takeaway is that at this moment, a sandwich is not about like it's about like low margin, high frequency, and hyper optimized execution. Case number 5. So people might think that Etherscan tells the whole story about transactions cost, but that's not the case as well. In this liquidation, it looks like this liquidation only costs like 0.37 ETH. In reality, the searcher actually paid the builder 358.7 ETH. That's over 800K USD, and none of it appear as cost on Etherscan. So you can scroll down to the internal transfers. There is a side payment of 358.7 ETH straight to the builder address. So that is a real inclusion fee. The tip was given during the liquidation, and the liquidator and the builder are integrated. Okay. So I won't go into the detail of how the liquidation actually got done. I'll just go through because. Anyway, this one tip is the largest direct builder payment of 2024. Also, you can see that over 95% of the searchers' rewards, builder rewards, that's like more than 5,000 ETH, actually routed to its own builder. So this dashboard is actually built by us. You can search it like builder performance on Dune. Yeah. Okay. So if you really want to understand MEV's economics, you need a better tool with more advanced, more specialized dashboards to help you understand, to surface the builder tips, to bundle provens, all those kind of stuff. And also with such a builder, integration is kind of getting more and more serious. So transparent tool is really essential. Okay, the number 6, so like any other historical risk events, like the 1.5 billion Bybit hack actually generated many MEV opportunities. So this chart actually shows that the arbitrage profit from 14 to 16 UTC. So 14, 13 is when the hacker actually exploited Bybit. So in that 2 hours, the profit of arbitrage actually reached 510,000. So significantly higher than the hours preceding the hack. So in the hour after the hack, how many pools would be affected by the Bybit hack? What guys do you think? Any number? Okay, I'll show you the chart. So this table is actually the hacker swaps 15K STTH for ETH via Doodoo. So that single trade is actually distort price in Curve, Balancer, Uniswap, even Pancake Swap. So 11 arbitrages actually touch 22 pools in the same block. Each color cell here is a different bot actually doing capitalizing on the repo of the swap. So focusing on the build searcher 9D6B. So if flash loans 634 VAS, reverse swap in the same curve pool, and then in balancer. So the net result is 1.4 ETH profit after the 0.04 ETH tip. So just one of 8 back runs it fired in that hour. Okay, so bot 4C99 and 12E3 actually pick up the leftover, ending about $79. The user switch arbitrages. So this is actually a perfect illustration of the MEV's ripple effect. So understand the composability is actually create this kind of network-wide repos. So it's kind of hard to understand for someone that a hack in one project can swap prices in dozens of pools instantly. Okay, case number 7. So how much will be the profit of the biggest arbitrage of 2024? Anybody want to give a number? Oh. Okay. So yeah, people might picture a lucky strike on one wild mispriced pool, but in this one, it's not the case. On April 13, so ETH got this 15% crash. That set off liquidations, whopped the price of a curve pool. So the price difference was leveraged by this arbitrage. First, the bot I borrowed 216 US through RW's flash loan. So next, it swapped via curve and balancer and got 329 US back. And after returning the loan and tipping the block builder 22.6 ETH, the bot walked away with 90.5 ETH. That's 271K profit. That's not 2 million. Okay. So this is a very strategic sequencing. The searcher carefully optimized the order of execution to maximize profits across both arbitrages. So I said both arbitrages because this transaction actually is the second arbitrage. So the bot's first arbitrage is on position 201, so create the price distortion that made this one possible. So if the bot had run them in reverse order, the first arbitrage would be failed completely. So in this case, sequencing is more important than speed. So in crypto, one trader's disaster become another goal. So liquidation lead to all kinds of arbitrage. Okay, case number 8. People might think that MEV and scams are separate risks. One is technical, the other one is social. So actually, in this one, this block contains a triple evil sandwich. This one actually has 94 layers with 74 victims. So one actor actually controls the token, controls the pool, and also controls the bot. So sandwich is the first evil. The second evil is the taxing. So the attacker actually deploys the yield token, a yield stone token with a 35% transfer tax as shown in the chart. Now the third evil is the rug pool. So it has a hidden enable trading switch to start the rug pool. So transaction 0 actually flip the switch. Now at position 5, the malicious actor actually used a back run to rug pool. So essentially 19 back runs, which is 19 rug pool. And totally it's 95 transactions and take a 2.9 ETH profit. So now in this case, the attacker actually controls the code, the pool, and the bot. Okay, case number 9. Yeah, so we finally got to flash loan. Okay, so people might think that lending protocols a bigger risk is that borrowers cannot repay their debt. Actually, that's not the case as well. So this attack shows the opposite. A borrower repaid instantly, yet still stole 19.3 million. So that's powered by a 10 billion. 10 billion, okay, remember the number, 10 billion flash loan bundle. It actually consists of 3 transactions. So this is, I'm only gonna show one here. So the bot flash borrow from Balancer, Uniswap, Morpho, Spark, Array, even Maker. So totally that's 3.49 billion. And it slams Curve's USD pool and spoofing the UW Lend protocol's oracle for SUSDE. And eventually caused the UW lending protocol loss like 19.3 million. And also our flash loan module shows that almost all the flash loans actually use the 4 MEVs. So the flash loan count here is like, yeah, you can see the number. Also, the other thing is like, last year, flash loans actually powered like 357 million loss across 115 incidents. So 5 out of the top 10 DeFi attack vectors are actually connected with flash loan. So I don't think flash loan at this moment can be counted as good. People still need a method to prevent this kind of attack. Yeah, the old model assumed that attackers had to build up capital or collateral, but flash loan kind of broke that. So they allow anyone with a smart contract to simulate, to fund, to execute an attack without position exposure. Okay, finally, our last one. So people might think the MEV bot actually specializes in one strategy. Only, for example, this bot only do arbitrage or only do liquidation. So I think everybody still remembers the Black Monday, right? It's April the 5th, right? It's a crash. So this searcher, 0E49, he fires a single bundle with 5 arbitrages and 8 liquidations in 126 internal steps. So one bot, every strategy. So here I simplify the steps into this chart. Basically, it's like the bot first triggers the liquidation, then use the price difference caused by the liquidations to do its own arbitrage. And this is a case that combines the liquidation and the arbitrage together. So this type of strategy training actually offers multiple competitive advantages. First is gas efficiency, because they share all call data, they can optimize bundling and that kind of stuff. And next is higher profit density per block. Next is like they can reduce like replication, because strategy like this is really hard to do. And also it's like stronger bribery competitives in builder auctions. Also in the last 30 days, this bot actually done 10% of all MEV activities of Ethereum L1. So you can see you can do arbitrage, sandwich, and liquidation, everything. So elite MEV bots, they no longer specialize. They combine liquidations, arbitrage, and sandwich, and also sequencing into a single atomic bundles. Okay, I categorize the 10 cases into these 3 categories. So don't think you are safe, don't think you are facing all the same risk, and don't think you can really understand how both works. And okay, for the micro impact, so these are the 5 forces shaped Ethereum in 2024. So first one is a hidden vertical integration, builder and searcher integrated, issuer and attacker integrated. Okay, the second one is instant leverage, our every legacy risk model. Third one is composability, multiplies externalities are good and bad. Third one is block space become an optimization puzzle, not a marketplace. Last one is limit orders turning into predictable MEV beacons. Okay. About us, we are the de facto standard MEV on-chain data provider. We want to provide structure, context, and continuity to achieve credibility and coherence while cutting costs. So for the twin case, if you guys want to read more about it, because I cannot get into too much detail, you can just go to the bit.ly MEV Buster. You can download the free ebook to understand all of them. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. We have time for one quick question. If there is, yeah.
You spoke about a number of types of MEV, including front-running, sandwich attacks, arbitrage. Are some rightfully classified as malicious MEV and others as benign MEV?
Yeah, for sure. I think we always think that backroom arbitrage is always a good MEV because they are good for the price discovery, they're good for the marketing efficiency. These are definitely the good ones. But for the bad ones like sandwich and front running, those are pretty bad ones because they kind of like distort the user's intentions, right? They put their orders, the present transactions before users' transaction, kind of like the TradFi's HFT, so which should be regulated, I think. But at the moment, still there's not some very clear cases that has been reviewed. So yeah, I guess stay tuned.
Thank you for the question. Thank you for the answer.
Thank you.